I'm really excited to make this video for you guys because I want to show you what is possible for you too when you take control of your health and the ripple effect it can have in all areas of your life. Welcome back to the PCOS Holistic Coach podcast with me, Dr. Ami Patel, pharmacist, fellow sister, and coach. This podcast is an easy to listen to resource for your busy on-the-go life. You will learn how you can live a healthier and happier life with PCOS from real conversations about managing PCOS and the symptoms with amazing guest speakers. 2023 has been the best year of my life. I've been the most happy, confident, healthiest I've ever felt emotionally, physically, mentally, and all around, just feeling great. When I did my 2022 update video, I had some goals and focuses for 2023, which apparently I made a lot of them. And so I'm going to go through and give an update on those things. So the first thing was about my period, and in 2021 it was very irregular, and then it became regular in 2022, which you can refer to that video for all the details. And so one of the goals was to make sure that I continue to get my period despite doing a lot of traveling this year, and I'm happy to report that I did get my period. And so my cycle days were day 24, 25, 43, 43, 31, 38, 32, 35, and 34, all of which I'm really happy about. And I've also gotten to the point where I know, so obviously there's still some variability in the days, and that is absolutely normal, by the way. It's not really common for people to have exactly 28-day cycle. That is a myth. So I'm really happy with this, and I've gotten to the point where I know like when I'm gonna get my period. I know the symptoms that I have right before, and those, by the way, are super manageable. It's nothing that nothing that prevents me from living my life and going on about my day or restricting me from working and things like that, which I know some people do experience. So I'm happy to say that I'm not having those types of symptoms. I don't really get cramps, and so my period is amazing, and it's not preventing me from anything that I want to do in my life. Not only that, I've been this year in 2023, I went to Greece, and I did get my period on a boat tour that I had all day, and that involved getting off the boat and going into the water at multiple different spots, being out all day in the sun, and I didn't feel like my period prevented me from enjoying that. And so I'm really happy that I've gotten to the point where my hormones are balanced enough where I am having these amazing periods. Another symptom that I was struggling with on and off was hair loss, and by managing my PCOS and the improvements in my hormone overall has helped with reducing that hair loss. And to help with the hair growth, I've been using the hair fuel mask, which I've been using for over 8 months at this point, and it has helped with the hair growth. And I do love the mask. It is founded by a female, and she also has PCOS, so that's something she created for herself. And if you are interested in purchasing it, you can find more information in the description box as well as a code. Last year, I mentioned that I was taking a lot of supplements in 2021, and then it fizzled out in 2022. So this year, I've only been taking berberine, ovasitol, and a multivitamin. Another thing that I want to focus on was my weight. And so with that, there hasn't been much of an update, and it's related to the next thing, which is my sleep. So that has gotten better, but there's still a lot of room for improvement. Another thing that I'm currently working on is seeing if I have an official diagnosis of obstructive sleep apnea. And it's still something I'm figuring out. I need to get like a home test done to get the official diagnosis, but I have the symptoms of it. And that is actually not uncommon for people that have insulin resistance. And so insulin resistance leads to weight gain and also leads to obstructive sleep apnea. And then one of the things that can help with that is losing weight, but which has to do with improving your insulin resistance. And so it's kind of like a vicious cycle that needs to be broken. And so I think that all of that is interconnected, and obstructive sleep apnea can also affect the quality of your sleep. So that is something I'm still working on, and it's going to be my focus for 2024, which is the sleep and the weight. Another focus for 2023 was having a balance between work and life and reducing my stress. And I'm happy to report I have made a lot of progress on this with reducing stress. I've learned to say no and to not overcommit. I've learned to be more aware and make conscious decisions about where I'm giving my time to, who I'm giving my time to, and what social events and commitments I engage in. And so that has really helped with reducing stress and balancing work and life. Another thing, which is basically like setting boundaries and upholding them. And a lot of the things that have helped me with that is engaging in self-care and self-love. And as I've mentioned in my previous episode, I have done I've gotten professional help, whether it's through therapy, coaches, healers, practitioners that do things like EFT and Reiki. And so all those things have helped me with building up my self-worth and investing in myself and being able to say no and uphold those boundaries. My self-image, confidence, self-care, and self-love was also another major focus for 2023. And fortunately, I have definitely improved on a lot of that. And confidence, I will be doing a whole different episode on that, which will be coming out in February, so be on the lookout for that. But this also just goes back to a lot of that working on things on a deeper level with the support of professionals, and then taking that time to dedicate time for myself and investing in myself. And so that has really helped me significantly in all areas of my life, including my health. One of the things that I struggled with for my whole life was the negative thoughts I had about myself, or just negativity in general, and just putting too much pressure on myself. But this year I have really worked super hard on being kinder to myself, and I have done that, which I'm really happy to say, and I'm not having those negative thoughts about myself. And yes, I get them periodically. No one's perfect. I'm not saying that we should strive for that either. It does come up, but it doesn't bring me down as much. And when I am going through those phases, they're not as long. So there's definitely been a lot of improvement in that area too, referring back to all the support I've gotten for myself to help me grow in those areas. One more thing I want to mention was my sugar craving. So that's something I struggled with a lot, and I felt like I was a slave to my sugar cravings before, mostly when my PCOS hasn't been the most managed, basically when my insulin resistance is worse. But now I've gotten to the point where I don't really have sugar cravings, and if I do want to have something sweet, it's mostly because I just want it because it tastes good, not like I feel like I'm a slave to it and I have to give in, and if I don't get it, then I just can't focus, because that's how I used to feel. In my previous episodes, I also mentioned that I struggled with anxiety and seasonal depression. So for this year, I haven't felt like the type of anxiety I used to feel, and the seasonal depression. So it's end of November that I'm recording this, and I haven't needed to use my light therapy lamp at all this year yet. And I feel like a lot of factors that I've already mentioned was a lot of the inner work I did, but just becoming more aware, working on those negative thoughts, making conscious decisions, have all really contributed in helping me with that, and working with the professionals that I've worked with. So this year has been super phenomenal, and I haven't felt like PCOS has held me back in enjoying my life. I've traveled so much this year, from India to London to Amsterdam to Greece, Turkey, a lot of domestic travel, and not once did I feel guilty about indulging in the foods that I was eating, or about just enjoying myself and feeling like I wasn't managing my PCOS. I've learned how to make time for myself and manage things like my sleep or exercise, get movement in, even while traveling as much as possible, realistically. And so all of this is to say that you don't have to let PCOS control you. A lot of times we feel like, oh, because I have PCOS, I have to live in a bubble and I can't do this, I can't do that. But with me and my belief around PCOS is it shouldn't restrict you, and you can still live a life of freedom. And when you do have control of your PCOS, you can have this amazing confidence and just enjoyment for life. And you don't have to let PCOS take that away from you. Another thing that has made this year great is the investment I've done in myself in multiple areas. I have a virtual assistant that helps me with the business side of things. I have a business coach I work with. I have a personal trainer that I work with for increasing my strength training, which will help with the weight loss. And I also am taking that time for my self-care and self-love. And it's not just doing the massages and manicures and pedicures. That has been amazing, but it's making the time to engage in the activities I like to do and just connecting with myself more, taking the time to journal and reflect on my thoughts and things that have happened or the triggers that come up, and working through that has significantly helped. And I'm so happy that I'm going to be ending this year by investing in Invisalign for myself. And this is something that I've wanted for literally like over 10 years. Ever since I became a pharmacist, I said that I would get this for myself, but I never could get myself to commit, and I never felt worthy enough of that for that type of commitment financially. And I have gotten, because of this journey that I've been on for over 2 years, so because of this journey that I've been on since 2021, so yeah, a year and a half to 2 years, I have gotten to the point where now I feel happy and excited to make that commitment to myself and make that investment for Invisalign. If you're looking for a new tool to help you stay motivated, accountable, track your progress, and celebrate your wins, and actually get results for all the effort you put in achieving your health goals, then I have the right tool for you. It's called my 2024 Hormone Health Journal. Inside, you'll find tools, trackers, journal prompts to help you stay on top of your health. It is currently on pre-sale and pre-order for only $18. You will also get a free bonus, which is access to my mini course, How to Enjoy Indian Food Guilt-Free with PCOS. And you also get access to a live workshop where I'll be going over the journal, mindset, and talking about hormone imbalance, followed up with a Q&A. If you would like more details and to purchase, see the link in the description. I know this type of episode gets super scattered with random updates, but I want to give you 3 takeaways from this episode. So the first thing is that I don't want you to think that, like Dr. Ami is a PCOS holistic coach, so what she's doing must be the only way, and that you have to do everything I do. That is definitely not true. This episode is about sharing where I am on my journey and helping you guys relate to me in the sense that I'm not perfect and I have my struggles and obstacles too, but what I've done to overcome them, and I understand where you're coming from with your struggles and obstacles and how I can help you because I'm able to relate to you and connect with you more. And with my coaching, it is one-to-one for a reason, because managing PCOS or any hormone condition is very personalized. Things that work for some clients and me don't work for others, and vice versa. The second thing I want you to realize is that you can live a life of freedom, and PCOS or any hormone condition should not stop you from that. I don't believe in living a life of restrictions where I can't do certain things because I'm on my period for like so many days out of the month, or I can't eat certain foods and I can't enjoy certain experiences because of that. And so this is just to show you that when you do take control of your health, you have that ripple effect where you're excelling in all the areas of your life, whether it's at work, relationships, your relationship with yourself, and just feeling confident and happy and healthy. What more do we want in life, right? The third thing that I want you to take away from this episode is that managing PCOS or any hormone condition is a holistic approach, which means you don't look at just your diet and your exercise, but you also look at things like your sleep, your stress management, your relationships, how they're impacting you, and taking that time to make that investment for yourself, get the support you need in the areas of your life that you need it in. We, like society, makes us believe that we have to do everything ourselves, and we have to solve our own problems and we have to be great at everything that we do, but there's nothing wrong with asking for help and getting that support, because it only excels your journey. And I've seen that in every single aspect of my life when I have made that investment and I have gotten support from professionals. It's really guided me in the right direction with their expertise and made me reach my goals a lot quicker. For 2024, there are couple of things I want to focus on. The first thing is figuring out, improving my sleep quality and the quantity of the sleep, and trying to figure out this obstructive sleep apnea situation thing. And also along with that, still working on the weight, which I'm getting help from a personal trainer for that. And then the third thing, which is really just keeping up with everything that is going well and continuing to do that self-investment and making that time for myself for self-care and self-love. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know what you think of this episode. What's something you're focusing on for 2024? I would love to connect with you on Instagram and TikTok. Send me a DM with your focuses and what you thought about this episode. You can find me at pcos.holistic.coach. As always, be kind to yourself, be patient, and focus on progress, not perfection. I'll see you in the next one, and Happy New Year!